Well, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today at Juanette's Crafting Corner. Today I thought I would make some charms for my nursing journals. Now I've started on the cover of one of them, and this is a picture of Florence Nightingale. And what I did is I added a little bit of ribbon here that is velvet. And then she had like a little bonnet. And I stitched some lace there and then just some lace on the collar. I added some lace over here. Distressed the edges a little bit. And I wanted the top to come up a little bit. So that when it sits, it'll sit like that, and you'll still have a little bit of this lace here. I have sari silk ties, and then on the inside, I'm going to do a hidden spine. I've just got a little bit of a black dangle lace stuff here with a pocket. And then a pocket over here with a butterfly, and it's a pocket here, or it can be a little tuck spot underneath. And so, like I said, I do have already an eyelet here to hang a chain, and so I thought I would make some little charms with some of the images that I have of vintage nurses. Now, I ordered from Amazon these little frames, and I've got several of them. Oh, here's another stack of them. These are oval ones, and I might do some oval ones, but my punches with some of these, they work perfectly. I did also order a set of really large ones. I'm not quite sure, because this may be just too big for a journal. I don't know. Pull one out. Those are pretty, although that's pretty light. That's not very heavy. But anyway, so I got these off of Amazon. They're 2 different packs. One of the packs just came like this. I'm not sure what the name of it was, but those are these, and then these all in one here. They are these, and then just a few more here. These were all this kind of bronzy color. But anyway, let's get started. And I'm going to emboss them. And so let's start by punching out some of the images. Now I have them set up here, my little charms. These are the 1-inch. What I did is I went ahead and punched out a piece of cardstock and then just checked to see if it would fit in there. This is my 3/4 inch for these little charms. And I'm not sure if I'll make, you know, that's a lot of nurses there. I'm planning on making 4 journals, and these are just little 1/2-inch ones that'll go there. So let's pull that up, and let's just see what images will fit. Now that looks like that Florence Nightingale one, the inch one, will work beautifully. Oh yeah, look at that. That's perfect. Just bring it down just a little bit so I can see her. Her face, and then let's see, what other one do I want to do? I have an African-American nurse here. Let's just do her. And then let's see, I like this image here. This is like from the Red Cross. Let's do that one. let's start with those 3. And then what I want to do is ink around the edges a little bit to distress them. I've got vintage photo here. So how's everybody doing? I'm doing fantastic. It has finally cooled off here in Arizona. It is 79 degrees, which is cool for us. It's the end of September and it's 79 degrees, but we love that, which is about 26 degrees Celsius for you guys that use the Celsius way to measure temperature. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Beacons 3-in-1 glue. You guys know my favorite glue. And I'm just going to glue these images inside there. Now I may have to squeeze it down just a little bit because they just almost a little bit too big. But I suppose if I do that, oh, there we go. Well, that's perfect, okay? Just if I use my thumbnail and push it in there, that's perfect. Oh my gosh, am I loving that already? And I haven't even aged it. That's gonna be fantastic. Okay, let's do our really vintage Red Cross lady here. Let's just put her in there. I hope you guys checked out my video from last Monday with the coffee staining of the paper. That was quite by accident that I used the stencils. I don't think I had ever seen anybody else do that. Not to say that people have not already done that. I just hadn't seen a video on it. So I was really pleased about discovering that for myself. I had only watched, a few videos of coffee staining papers because I thought it was pretty basic. But then, you know, sometimes on Etsy stores, I would see other people's coffee staining and I'd be like, that is so beautiful. How did they get that image there? So that's why I wanted to share it. Plus, like I said, my sister, who is one of my viewers, she always catches my videos. She asked me to show her how to do it, and she doesn't live by me, so I had to do it by video. Okay, there's 3 of ours, so let's check it out. So we want to put some Versamark ink on there. Now I have this Versamark embossing pen. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I bought it a long time ago, and what I did is I pulled this little tip off with a pair of my hemostats and put in a few drops of the refiller. And so hopefully it will give me a little bit of some of the embossing liquid on here. If it doesn't, then what I'll do is just put it in the embossing pad itself. I'm not sure if that any is coming out. No, I don't think it is, because maybe what I need to do is leave it upside down so that that drains toward there. So what we're going to do is just use the pad here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and set up my area for putting my clear embossing powder on it. Move some stuff out of the way here. This is just the basic Stampin' Up! Clear embossing powder. So my pad is fairly wet, and I can feel it is getting on there. I don't want to get any around the edge here because I don't want any of the embossing powder to be on there. So I'm just gonna slip that into my embossing powder. And actually, I don't need that paper, do I? Sorry for the noise, guys. So I'm just gonna tap that off. It looks like it's still got on there a little bit. I may take a little brush and brush some of that off. Let's see here. Some of it may just stay on there and then it will just melt in there. So let's just do this first one here and see how it does. I will turn down the sound while I emboss it because I know it's quite loud. Okay, look at how that turned out. See how it's just a little bit glossy in there? I do see still a couple of areas that maybe need to be melted, so let me go ahead and do that. Yeah, I like how that turned out. That is cool. I needed to use my little hemostats because it was getting hot. Okay, let's do this gal and see how she turns out. The other thing I have is some candle wax over here that I wanted to try. And I think with this one, I'm just going to take my spoon here instead of dipping it all the way in and just put some on here. Okay, let's do this one. Yeah, that one came out good too. I might put a double coat. Let's do another coat on little Florence here and see how it comes out. Although that's pretty cool, just like that. But let's just see what happens when I put another layer on here. I'm very excited about these nursing journals. I plan on making a total of 4. With all of my journals thus far, it seems like my nurse friends are the ones buying them. But I will let you guys know when they're available because I'm sure everyone knows a nurse, and that would make a fantastic Christmas gift for a nurse. You know what that did is that made that picture of Florence Nightingale really look very detailed and sharp. I like that. Let's do this lookout again. Every time I put my my finger in that Versamark, I keep thinking, you ought to get a baby wipe so that you can wipe your finger off, and then I get busy doing the next one, and I forget. Oops. Need my little hemostats here. I don't want to burn my fingers. Okay, let's do our... Okay, I'm going to grab the baby wipe. Oh, shoot. Because I want to clean off my finger. I don't like dirty fingers. Actually, I'm specifically making one of these journals for an African-American nurse who bought my fairy journal. She is so fantastic. Her name's Mo. Love you, Mo. So I went to my granddaughter's soccer game on Saturday, and oh my gosh, she scored 2 goals. I think they won 5-0, and 2 of those goals were scored by her. She's quite the little soccer player. My sweet Miss O that I call her, her name is Olivia, and I call her Miss O. I always have, even since she was a little girl. Okay, let's do this one here. What I will probably do is just make several of these little charms, and as nurses buy them, they can pick out which charm they want on their journal. Okay, let's try something else with the beeswax. Now, what I do, well, and I haven't done it before, but I've done this this wax with another project. So this is just an old candle that I really don't burn candles. I think somebody gave it to me. And what I do is I either chop up the candle or I use a potato peeler and I peel some of the wax off. So let's try doing one of these other ones. Now this was the 3/4 inch. Let's grab one of our images. Let's see here. I like this old nurse, although I like the whole picture of her. Let's see here. Well, I've got, oh wait, maybe this. Let's see what this is. No, that won't fit. Oh, I need to cut some of this down so I can get that in there. Do I have this nurse? I like this nurse. Although it's got to be quite small. Oh, let's just go for it, Hewitt. What's that from? Oh, when I was making the nursing journal, I was cutting black fabric for it. I think that's what that is. These are 2 old army nurses. Let's see what happens with them. Oh, shoot. Well, I suppose It doesn't quite fit, but what I can do is distress it. Let's just try it. Yeah, that worked out. I'm not sure if this is going to work. These, I think, are 2 nurses during World War I. Let's just use this one here. Oh, glue it down there, sister. Glue it down first. And then, like I said, I'm not quite sure if this is going to work because I don't know if the heat gun will heat up the beeswax enough. Just kind of make sure that's... But we shall see together, right? So what I'm going to do is just lay a couple of little pieces of this beeswax on here. And hopefully it will spread out as it's heated up. Okay, let's try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Oh! Well, I don't know if that's going to work now. Maybe if I just hold it right over the top instead of at the edge. Let's try that. Do you remember my little thing with the embossing powder where I blew it all over my craft desk? Oh my gosh, it was the same thing. Let's try up overhead. See if we can get it going. I don't know about this. Oh, okay, that's a fail. Let's see here. Maybe it needs to be, I've seen somebody else do this with the beeswax. Maybe it needs to be finer. Although that might, oh, you know what? Oh, dummy. I suppose if I put a little bit of Versamark, that might hold it in place. Let's try that. See if I can get it to work that way. And then the wax maybe won't fly all over the place. The other thing I'm going to do is just take this wax and kind of crumple it up and try to get it a little bit smaller into kind of like a powder. I kind of want this old yellowish look. Okay, let's try. Let's try putting a little bit of Versamark on there and see if that'll help that beeswax or candle wax not go flying everywhere. I don't know about this, girl. Okay, it started melting. I don't know. Let's see. I should do one of both to see which one I like the best. I don't know if there's that much difference. So I probably will forego the wax and just use the embossing powder. I think it'll be easier. So here is all the charms I did. This one I thought was really cool because when I turned it over, I saw that tree. This is the first one I did with Florence Nightingale. Here's the Red Cross lady. Here's another one of Florence Nightingale. Look at that one. That looks like from World War II. There's an older one. Here's another one that is with an African-American nurse. I think I told you this is from World War I, and a couple of nurses out by a tent. And then, oops, this young nurse. Who do you think that young nurse is? Yes, that's my nursing graduation pictures from 1977. So besides the charms I did with the metal, I did a couple of other things. These are some of the pictures, and I just put the embossing powder over it and then put an eyelid in there. So I have just some little square charms too that I can put on pages. Oop. And then I still have some leftover little pictures, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to finish working on these nursing journals. And again, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. See you guys next Monday. Bye.